It's time for March's Best. As you guys know, every month we do it. I go through a whole bunch of fragrances and give you guys the best discoveries of that particular month. Fragrances that perform well, smell amazing, and will make you stand out. They're unique. Guys, want to know more about these fragrances? Stick around because these 5 are amazing. Welcome back to another video. Max here. If you love to make a great first impression, smelling great, it's a great way to do that. In this channel, we do exactly that, share some great fragrances with you. Such video today, we're talking about 5 great discoveries of unique fragrances. We're going to kick things off with a very unique brand. This particular brand here is Sarah Baker. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this brand. I think it's my first time featuring this brand here on the channel, although I've talked about this brand many times on my Instagram. And this is called Ludo. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. The nose here, 𝗏𝗏, which is also known as 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, aka many great 𝗏𝗏𝗏 fragrances this guy created. And this one here is a very unique scent. First of all, this is not going to be for everyone at first glance or first sniff. When you first spray this fragrance, it's going to be rather animalistic. It's going to have this very barnyard kind of a vibe, but it doesn't go too far, because if it went a little too far, it would be a no for me. In fact, it transitions quite fast, about 30 minutes or so. It's going to transition to a very beautiful heart of florals, and the base is just majestic. It's got this almost gourmand facet to it that's going to come through and give this fragrance a great dry down. I'd say from the heart into the dry down, the fragrance is absolutely magical. And of course, if you like a little bit of a skanky feel in the beginning, it's a plus. You know, it's not my favorite thing, but I know a lot of people like it. I'm telling you, this is outstanding, long-lasting, and very unique. What stands out for me the most here in this fragrance, though, is the animalistic musk in conjunction with the white chocolate vibe that you get here, which is very unique and just delectable. Now, this particular release here is a brand new release. It was just released. I talked about it in a top video, I think, or a discovery video, or unboxing video rather. This is going to be from the house of Tumi, and they have, over the past few years, really impressed me with their releases because of the quality, the performance, and I love the bottles too. It's quality stuff through and through. This is going to be Atlas, their newest one. Again, beautiful mechanism here to lock the fragrance in place. Sprayers are great. And Atlas is going to be a very nice citrus aromatic fragrance. Opens up, very bright, very sparkly, very vibrant. It's a great fragrance for this time of the year right now, or for a great signature scent. It's got a combination of vetiver in the base, which I love, but it's also very fruity, almost ozonic, almost aquatic, but not quite. It doesn't go directly into blue territory, but I guess you could say this is a blue aromatic type of a scent with a green vetiver undertone. Love the geranium here, which provides this almost minty effect. Again, very refreshing, great for warm weather season or as a beautiful signature scent. Now, this is a brand that I discovered last year, and believe me, they've been around for quite a while. It took me a while to warm up to them or to try them, and I'm glad I did, because I'm going to dive more and more into this fragrance house. And the fragrance here is going to be called Bloody Wood, and the house is Liquid Imaginaires. I am in love with this brand. The more I try, they're unique, they're quite good in performance, and they just stand out. They're one of those kind of fragrances that you're going to wear, you're going to walk into a room and you're going to command attention. Bloody Wood is one such fragrance, and this is going to be, get this guys, if you like boozy accord in your fragrances, this is going to be a combination of white wine and red wine. So I guess you can call this a rosé kind of a wine. It has a little bit of an oud here as well, and rose and violet, so it's going to have this floral oud kind of undertone, but the booziness that you get with the wine accord, it's like you just poured a glass of rosé, and it just smells very perfect to that kind of a profile. If you like boozy wine fragrances, which they're not very easy to find, you find a lot of cognac fragrances, rum fragrances, whiskey fragrances, but the wine note or the champagne note, not quite the same. This one here, they got it to the T. It's just like you open up a bottle of wine. It's that simple. Other notes here that deserve to be talked about, as you see the color of the juice is nice and reddish. You're going to have an infusion of raspberry as well as cherry. So it's going to have a nice fruity kind of a heart along with those florals and the wines. In the base, you have Mysore sandalwood, which is the best sandalwood money can buy, which gives us a nice creamy dry down. I hope you guys are liking these picks. Again, these are very unique fragrances, great to stand out in the crowd. And if you want to stand out in the crowd, you can try any of these fragrances or thousands of different fragrances, indie, designer, new releases, you name it. Check out Perfume.com and enjoy the code WISE, W-I-S-E, which is good until Sunday, the time you're watching this video, all the way until Sunday at midnight, which will give you guys 20% off site-wide. And of course, if you're part of the Perfume crew, you get even more perks. So I would highly suggest you guys to check out the Perfume crew perks, because you're gonna get codes, not just for perfume.com, but also from fragrancebuy.ca, giveaways every month, and much more, guys. All details below. Enjoy. These last two have me really at hello. I love both of these fragrances. This one here from a brand that just keeps giving, guys. Everything I try from this brand, it's breathtaking. This one here is called Hinoki in Hinoki from Scents of Wood. And this particular fragrance, guys, the wood, the Hinoki Japanese wood, is actually, look at the sprayers, guys. It's actually a wood that is not very worked with in the perfume world. You know, Comme des Garçons has a very nice one, but Amour Oud has a nice, beautiful Hinoki fragrance. And this one here is just incredible, guys. To me, the Hinoki wood is just so unique smelling. It has this very appealing and intriguing, mysterious kind of a facet to it. This one here also has some floral notes, and also has a beautiful cedar wood note in here, which is just amazing. Cedar, Hinoki wood combined will give this fragrance just a very nice appeal. I love the florals here, just blended to perfection. And it's just one of those very unique scents. I dare you to try this and you know, remember anything you smell that's quite close in similarity to this fragrance. This is a very crisp kind of a composition in the beginning, but it becomes very vibrant as you develop this fragrance on your skin. It has clove leaf, not the actual cloves, but the clove leaves, which is actually not as, you know, pungent as cloves, because I know some people don't like cloves. You also have a little bit of an incense that will come through as the fragrance starts to warm up to your skin. Beautiful sandalwood, which adds creaminess. Cypress, which is one of my favorite notes in fragrances. Needless to say, guys, this is a great, unique scent that you definitely, I mean, check out the brand. In fact, you know, to get samples like this is a brand new release that comes out every month. So you'll get a new, you know, release from Scents of Wood if you're part of their, you know, member crew, which I highly recommend. You get incense leaves, you get candles, and you get to try these fragrances before anybody else. And if you love the fragrance, then you can actually get a bottle, which, you know, I'm definitely picking this one up because it's amazing, guys. That simple. Now, I'm very excited about this last one. If you guys have been a part of this fragrance community or blogs or, you know, fragrance groups like the Empowerment Scents on Facebook or Instagram, you guys have heard of this particular brand. The brand is called Frapin, which in my opinion, they have amazing smelling fragrances, but one caveat, one problem in general with this brand is performance. I hear they're reformulating their fragrances, but not as you would think, because a lot of companies reformulate to make them weaker or cut corners or whatever the case may be. Not the case here. They're making their fragrances extreme. They're making their fragrances more pungent, more long-lasting. This one here, 1270 Extreme, which the scent itself is a cognac/dried fruit fragrances that I absolutely love, along with Luminis. I think it's another great offering that they have. And this one here, guys, I love what they did here. I'm gonna say right now, as it stands right now, it's April. This is one of my favorite releases of the year so far. I love what they did here. Great sprayers. It smells so beautiful. You're gonna still have that booziness from the cognac. You're still gonna have the dried fruits, bit of a patchouli in the base. And then they added this gorgeous honey infusion here that just amplified the fragrance, made it longer lasting, fruitier, and just like I said, more pungent, more long lasting, more resinous. 8 winner, guys. It smells incredible. Frapin, if you're listening, please do that with a lot of your different, you know, releases. And of course, Luminis, which is a great gin and tonic spring and summer fragrance. I would love to see a Luminis Extreme. I'm sure it's in the works. But this one here, guys, amazing. 10 out of 10. It's that simple. It smells incredible. You're not going to regret. If your taste is similar to mine, if you like spicy, woody, and boozy fragrances, this is a great one to check out. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys appreciate these fragrances that I shared with you today. Of course, you can try them as always. And leave me in the comments here what other fragrances I should check that I haven't checked, that you haven't seen here, you know, featured on my channel. What new releases you guys have tried so far in 2022 that you guys love that perhaps I should get my nose on it. As always, guys, if you do appreciate the channel, leave me a like, subscribe for more, and turn in a notification bell icon so you get these videos straight into your feed. As always, guys, wear your fragrances well. I'll see you here again in another video very soon. Take care.